So here we are with a finished product. This is the 1/8 ounce version of what I am calling my Squaretail single hook spinner. Quickly before I make another error with technology, I'm like a cliche old man struggling to upload and even capture what I want to on video, so I apologize, I don't have it all. I did manage to hopefully get this uploaded onto the video today, and then just quickly what's important here, not necessarily matching a hatch per se, but matching the season with the cliche orange, typical for casting this time of year for salmon, steelhead, etc. Also going to work just fine for brooks and browns in the streams here in a few weeks and over the next month or two. The flash blend down here is the most expensive part of the make, something I also like just about the most about it. As far as the way that the hackle lays down on it, gives this just really nice silhouette and a very, very good look. I've been casting this in a larger size in a lake, a 3/8 ounce model that I've been taking big lake casts with. And then besides that, the through blade spinner, that's going to make sure it starts spinning the second it hits the water. And for when I'm casting in streams, my style of fishing is casting upstream, hitting the bullseye right in that key spot, which we'll talk a lot more about in future videos. You've got about half a second, splash and smash is pretty much the way it goes. If you've hit the right spot, then you will have your strike just as soon as it hits the water, and hence we need that spin going right away. Before I run out of video space, like, subscribe, and there you go. So, as I was saying, this channel could easily end up being equal parts fishing and old guy cliches about failing with technology. So anyhow, here we are. I'm working on a different lure than the one shown just previously in this video. Fails, technology, blah blah blah, a long list of that stuff. And ultimately what I'm trying to do here is recreate this lure in a slightly different format with a single hook. And the reason I want that single hook is, as I've gotten older, I am no longer preferring the treble hook for the reasons that there are regulations, and that I think as we all become more sensitive and sensible, want to be more careful in our crafts. And I was just simply doing too much damage with the treble hooks. Earlier on in life, when this debate came up, I did lean towards the treble hook because I had so many fish that did get away, and I wanted to ensure my hookups. I have pretty much no problem with that, with the exception of brown trout. We'll talk a lot more about that in other videos. I just seem to not be able to hook a single brown anymore. In my defense, the fish that are getting away are frequently upwards of 25 inches, 20 to 25 inches plenty of the time thrown in there. From the very first day of the season to the last year, I was missing trophy or near trophy scale fish, hooked zero. And so hopefully this is going to be a lure that will help me correct that, and what little bit of fly fishing I will do this year will also be among the reasons for that will be I find that perhaps that will be a strategy that will get me the success I want. So I'm just going to do a quick materials list for y'all real quickly here. We're using feathers from the Backyard Flock. I am using, where did it go, just some regular, I'm not using green, but regular old crystal and tinsel flash. I also like to use a little bit of these artificial skirts, just because of the way they do catch the UV light. Supposedly fish see in UV, and I can see it with my own eyes. Really catches, just a few little sticks that I put in there really catch a lot of UV light. Let's see if you can see any of it here. Can't see that. And then I'm going to call this one a snoodle hair special, where I've gone and stuck some little hairs from our Shihtzu dog. I call her Snoodle because her favorite thing to do is to walk up and blast me in the face with, you know, a schnoz full of snot. Great stuff. So in this case, I've gone ahead and added just a little bit of some material that I cannibalized from an old lure, some dyed bucktail fibers and just a little bit more synthetic, well actually it's the flash. And then after that, I'm going to add a wee little bit of my flash blend. And I don't think I've said it plainly well enough yet. This is Steve Farrar's flash blend, which, again, I think that I found this on Amazon. I might have seen it on another YouTube video. It's hard for me to remember sometimes, but yeah, anyhow, great stuff. Been casting it. Looks fabulous underwater, especially with, damn. As I was saying, especially with the little bit of chicken hair, chicken fiber, chicken feather laying down against it. That hackle pushing up against the flash blend is just exactly the perfect look I want. Today I'm going to actually do a couple colors of flash blend together to add even more depth and texture, and this last little bit I'll go ahead and do on fast forward for you. Oh, one more thing that I haven't mentioned is the hook I'm working with is just a size 1/0 high carbon, and then I've actually selected saltwater hooks so that when I do get around to selling these, I can sell them to any market. Okay, just want to give you a real quick look here, kind of a side view of what we're working with. And I don't think I'd be wrong if I described this roughly as a bulkhead deceiver or some version of a streamer. This will roughly be the base component of all the spinners that I make. In this case, I did add just a little bit of extra color right here. And then lastly, we'll add a little bit of hackle, and I don't think I mentioned it previously. I'm going to add just one extra embellishment for this one, some ghost light. This is also UV reactive and actually charges up and glows in the dark. It's kind of cool stuff. Profile view before I take it off the vise here, and still need to do a little bit more trimming. Unfortunately, I accidentally nicked one of the tail feathers last time I was trimming, but I want to give it some nice symmetry, good taper, you know, leave it as much bulk and body as possible, but bringing everything together just in a real nice taper. Other than that, I'm actually only going to add a 3/16 ounce weight to this thing and a blade that's only about 5/8 inch long. It doesn't take much flash to create some action. The fish aren't there to bite the blade, they're there to bite the beast. And this is our beast of the day. Sorry for the bouncing video. Just want to flash a little. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's pretty good UV light that this is catching. We'll see it assembled here in just a second. So here we are, final look at another finished product. I've just done a little more trimming. Was trying to get just a little more taper, and then, you know, just kind of a nice reveal of each layer of materials, and leave it with a nice looking tail. We got the camera there. Got her all nice trimmed up. And, just gonna lay down real nice in the water. And in just a few minutes here, we will be headed out the door to give this a few casts, see how it goes. see if we can get that on film. Wish me luck. So, big city living, you know, the little streams are all shaped and culvertized, or if that's a word. But, you know, still feel fortunate that I've got this tiny little pool right here, just a couple blocks from the house, that I can walk down to if I feel like it, to try out lures, get some casts in, and feel good about what I just saw here, more about what I felt. Couldn't really see much at this time of day. Like I say, Latin City is a freeway right behind me. But a nice little stream. Supposedly decent fish get up in here. I've seen some little brooks. I actually fished it further upstream where it's more of a natural wild stream. But yeah, little spinner was working great. I'll tell you more about it later. Welcome to my little creek. In the final analysis, a fine lure. It's an ultralight lure made for an ultralight setup. Hence, it was not performing well at all with the leader on it, and the video of me casting is with a larger lake-sized lure built for the situation. This, on the other hand, is going to be, yeah, my ultralight, something of this rendition will be my ultralight special for this year, and I'll probably leave this on for a while until we catch some fish.